Hello everyone, and welcome on my top 10 PlayStation 1 list. Let's do this! Alien Trilogy was developed in 1996 by Probe Entertainment. It was one of my very first PlayStation 1 games, and growing up as a kid with the Alien franchise, I immediately fell in love with this one. What's not to love about shooting xenomorphs in an old Doom-like game? The game has 30 levels and 3 Queen Alien bosses. It took me weeks in a row to finish the game. A cool thing is that you can use like almost every weapon you see in the movies, and if you're a big fan like me, that was just awesome. So I think it's clear why this game made it into my top 10 list.
Hey yo!
Where to start with Tekken 2 from Namco, also a game developed in 1996. I remember all my friends in school coming over at noon during our break to play this game with me. We played it for hours and hours and had so much fun.
Round one. Yup! Yup!
Tekken 3 might be a better game than the second one, but my heart still goes out to Tekken 2 because it was my real first fighting game I had on my PlayStation 1. So, impossible for me to forget all the joyful moments I had with that one. So that's my number 9 for you people.
Hey yo!
Twisted Metal 2, or Twisted Metal World Tour as known in Europe, is a crazy demolition derby game. It was developed by Sony Interactive Studios and it was a huge success when it came out. It gave you the possibility to fight all over the world in crazy fights between vehicles with missiles, machine guns, crazy laser beams, everything you could think of. Have a look at this. Several Twisted Metal games came out after this one, even on more recent consoles, but this one is still my favorite. Every time I turn on my PlayStation 1, I have to get this game and play it. It's such an awesome multiplayer game with friends as well. That's my number 8 for you. FIFA 98, wow, what a game that was. Until today, I'm still sure it's the most revolutionary game there ever was when it comes to football. At least that's my opinion. I spent so many hours in that game, making my own team, playing against friends, playing against the AI, getting my favorite team to become a champion. True, sometimes the scores were like out of the roof. You could finish a game with a 30-0 if the game was a bit too long. But come on, it's still an awesome game today. Play it, really, play it. That game deserves to be on my top 10 list.
Rao. Splendid. Yes, it's gone in. The manager on his feet applauding his team. Well, you...
How can this game not end up in a top 10 PlayStation 1 list, right? Until today, Final Fantasy VII is still considered as one of the best video games ever. It's a fucking masterpiece. A lot of people will probably wonder why this game didn't make the top 3 list or even be on number 1. It's just that the games that are following now will have a bit more meaning to me when it comes to the emotions I had with the games. So I hope you understand this, but trust me, I am a big Final Fantasy VII fan. Well, now you know my favorite platformer on PlayStation 1. Can you believe this game got blamed for being not innovative enough when it came out? What the hell was wrong with people back then? Have a look at this game and I'm sure you will love it as well, and you probably know it. Thanks to this little gem, we got a lot of Crash Bandicoot sequel games, especially Crash Team Racing. I don't know if you remember that racing game, but boy was it fun. It didn't make my top 10 list, but then again, I have to make decisions, right?
What have I got?
If you wanted to play a scary horror game back in those days, well then you had to buy Silent Hill from Konami. They did such an amazing job at creating an eerie atmosphere, and running around in that foggy and abandoned city was really quite something. I spent hours and hours trying to solve those puzzles in the game because they weren't easy at all, and don't forget I was maybe 11 or 12 years old back then. I still got goosebumps thinking about the monsters and creatures jumping at my face. Check out the game. I'm pretty sure you'll like it.
What is this? What's going on here?
Metal Gear Solid 1. My first encounter with Solid Snake. Wow, I've got some good memories with that game. I think it was the first time I encountered a stealthy sort of gameplay, and especially the story was amazing. You really had the feeling that you were a part of a movie. I really recommend that game still today. There's a better version on GameCube though, that's called Twin Snakes, but the PlayStation 1 version, if you can get beyond the graphics that really didn't age that good, it's still a pretty solid game. See what I did there? Solid game, solid snake. I almost put Tomb Raider on my number 1 spot, but it will be number 2 in the end. But what a good memories with this game though. We had a friend of the family working at a video rental store, and almost every evening after school I spent time with him just to discuss how to solve some puzzles. It took us such a long time to find out everything in the game because it's so difficult, but really rewarding as well. How many times didn't we fall to our death, but we kept on grinding because the game was so good. Also, if you wanted to play anything in the style of Indiana Jones, this was the only way and the only game to do it. And Lara Croft was such a sensation in the 90s. I remember she was like everywhere on every magazine. Call me old school, but for me the first Tomb Raider is still the best of the whole series. Of course, the newest trilogy, it's really awesome, the graphics look amazing, but there's something really special about the first Tomb Raider that I didn't find in any other one. So GG Lara on your first adventure. Well, here it is, my absolute favorite PlayStation 1 game. It's Resident Evil, of course, developed by Capcom. It's the very first horror game I played on my PlayStation 1 console, and it might even be the real first horror game I ever played in my life. I immediately fell in love with it. The zombies, the dogs, the giant spiders, the tyrant, the jump scares, that big house you ran around in. Wow, I really enjoyed that game so much that I finished it 5 or 6 times in a row. I came home from school, did my homework real quick, because yes, I did that, and then I immediately jumped on my PlayStation to continue that game. An awesome game, and I still replay it at least once or twice a year. Alright, so that's it for my very first top 10 video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you want me to improve or what could be done better, because I'm sure this isn't perfect, but hey, like I said, it's my very first one. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and click that little notification bell if you want to see more content of me. I wish you all a very good time on here and take care people, bye bye!